you, George, and welcome. Next week, it will be 1 year since I became president of Nintendo. And in that time, a lot of people have given me their opinions on how Nintendo should change or not change. I believe we remain the company that best understands the video game industry, but also understand that in any business, new circumstances require new answers.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Nintendo's media briefing. Last year, I surprised you all with visuals of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. And I hope to do the same this year with what I am about to show you. All of you who are here this morning are quite lucky. Again this year, I'd like to ask my good friend from NOA and one of the best translators I know, Bill Toinen, to interpret for me. よろしくお願いします。さて、去年僕このステージでゲームボーイアドバンス
last year on this stage, we had a 4-player Legend of Zelda 4 Swords competition.
フォーソードはそうなんですけどね、一緒に。今年はそのフォーソードをゲームキューブ用に改良して、
we've made some improvements to 4 Swords
ゲームキューブならではの
by adding elements that can only be achieved on Nintendo GameCube.
で、ゲームボーイとゲームキューブの新しいコネクティビティのスタイル。
It's a brand new connectivity title.
ちょっとご覧ください。
Let me show it to you.
まず4台のゲームボーイを使うんですね。
You're going to connect 4 Game Boy Advance systems to the Nintendo GameCube.
ゲームボーイアドバンスを持ちます。
4 players will play this game watching both the TV screen
で、最初はテレ
and
ビ
their own Game Boy Advance screens. They start off on the TV screen, which you see in the center here.
で、4人が地上で1つの画面を使って遊びます。
So they're playing all together on this single screen.
みんな動くとこうズー
And
ム
as
し
you
たり
can see, as they move around, this camera zooms in and out.
みんなが集まって、
You can
横
see
の画
everybody
面
is getting together here.
移動していきます。4人
Moving along.
スクロールしますね。あ、家がありましたね。
You can see there's a house here.
赤のリンク
It
が
looks like Red Link has gone inside the house.
はい、彼は家の中を
He's
遊び
vanished from the GameCube,
Game
from
Boy
the TV screen, and appeared on the Game Boy Advance screen where the gameplay continues.
はい、2人目も3人目も
It looks like the second, the third, and the fourth links have all
最後
gone
の人はもう
inside.
宝箱がありませ
It
んね。
looks like that last guy doesn't get any treasure.
で、表に出てくると
So let's see, they'll come back outside here.
全員出てきましたね。地下への入り口が出てき
And
ま
as
し
you
た
can see,
ね。
there's a hole there that
ここ
leads
から地下道に
underground.
入っていくこともできます。
So I think they can go down underground from here and again appear on the Game Boy Advance screen.
はい、ゲームボーイアドバンスの方で地下を行きますね。
So they go running along through the Game Boy Advance screen.
最初に入った人だけ宝箱ですね
It。looks like the first person in there gets the treasure chest.
みんなが上がってどこ行くでしょうね。あ、家の横に出て
And
きまし
it looks like they've all come out back on the TV behind the house.
た。ここでみんな集まって上の画面に移動ですね。
And so then they move up above.
今度は洞窟があります。
Now here there's a cave.
やっぱり、洞窟に入っていくとこれダンジョン
And it looks like, yeah, when they go inside the cave, they appear back on the Game Boy Advance, and essentially it's a dungeon.
いかにも怪しい4人で動かす岩がありました。
What a surprise! There's a block that needs to be pushed. And it's the perfect size for 4 people.
で、表ではルピーがバラバラ
As
と
soon as they push it, you can see that hundreds of rupees are now falling on the TV screen.
これね、やっぱりゲームキューブの処理速度であるとこんな簡単なんですね。
So as you can see, with the GameCube processing power, we're able to put all kinds of things on screen at once,
カートナック前
including all of these Dark Knights.
なかなかみんな頑張ってた。こういう感じですね。こういう感じ
This
なん
gives
で
you a basic idea of the
会場の方で皆さん
gameplay. This will be
ぜひこれ遊ん
playable
でみてく
tomorrow on
だ
the
さい。
show floor, so please take a look at it.
僕はプレスの皆さんによくね、
Now the question I get asked most by all you media is, what's your favorite game?
で僕は立場上はやっぱりドンキーコングとかスーパーマリオ、
I usually say Donkey Kong or Mario Brothers.
他社のゲームで何ですかって言われるんです
But
ね。
when I'm asked about others companies' games,
でいつも僕はパックマンって答えてました。
I've always answered Pac-Man.
もう本当僕パックマンが大好きなんです。
See, I'm a really big Pac-Man fan.
でパックマンをねゲームキューブで作っちゃえって作
And
りました。
actually, I kind of I went and I made a Pac-Man game for GameCube.
でこれナムコさんの許可もらってないので
And to tell you the truth, since I still haven't gotten Namco's approval for this idea,
今日はね、それを承認してもらおうと思って、すごい人に来てもらいました。
I've actually invited a rather important individual here today to try to get approval for this project.
僕の尊敬するナムコのパックマンのデ
He's
ザ
a
イナー。
creator who I respect very much, Mr. Toru Iwatani, the creator of Pac-Man. Thank you.
ドキドキする。
I'm kind of nervous.
おはようございます。実は告白がありまして、
I have a confession to make.
聞こえてましたよね。
You heard what I said, right?
パックマン僕大好きでね、で実はゲームキューブと
I'm a huge Pac-Man fan.
ゲームボーイアドバンスを
I had this idea for a GameCube, Game Boy Advance connectivity maze game software.
迷路のゲームとか絶対パックマンだ。
Basically, I mean, I think Pac-Man is the king of all maze games.
でそれを作りたくて勝
So
手に作ってしまいました。
I really got this urge to turn it into a Pac-Man game, and I couldn't help myself.
で今日はぜひここで一緒に遊んでほしいんです。
So I'd really like it if we could play this together today.
Did I? Did he?
そうですか。そうです。
Yes, please.
で4人で遊びますんでね。
But since this is a four-player game,
ウィルさんも
why don't we invite Will Wright back out
Will-san, 来てくだ
and
さい。
have George Harrison come join
皆さ
us?
んも一緒にね遊びましょう。ここにあります。でこれをまず、岩谷さんにゲームボーイアドバンスを持ってもらいま
We're
す。
going to have Mr. Iwatani play on the Game Boy Advance first. The player with the Game Boy Advance controls Pac-Man.
でアドバンスの画面でパックマンオリジナルのパックマンと同じように遊ぶ。
Now on the Game Boy Advance, the gameplay is going to be exactly the same as the original
そ
Pac-Man
して後
arcade
の3
games.
人はゴーストとしてテレビ画面でこう
The three other
の一
players
部を見ながら
use
みんなで追い
GameCube
かけます。
controllers to control the ghost.
声を掛け合って追いかけます。
But they can only see limited range on the TV screen, so they have to talk to each other and try to catch
ウィルさん
Pac-Man.
は青のゴースト。
So we'll have, looks like George is going to be red, Will is going to be the blue ghost, and I'll be Mr. Pink.
We have to work
で
together.
パックマンがスタートを押すと始まるんですけども。
So as soon as Pac-Man presses start, we can get...
あちょっと待って。
Oh, just a second.
これでもし僕が勝ったら
Tell you what, if I win, will you approve this project for me?
やりましょう。
Oh,
じゃあスタート。
okay, press start.
You're red.
僕青ですよね。よし頑張るぞ。
Okay, I'm blue.
Okay, let's go, guys. I got to win this.
パックマンは、
Now, of course,
尾を引いて走りますからみんなで探しましょう。
Pac-Man leaves a trail behind him wherever he goes, so we have to look for that.
パワーエス取ると
But if he gets a power pellet, then the table will turn. Oh no! Pac-Man can eat the ghosts. He got me.
Upper right.
ジョージもっとこう
Come on, George. You got to say more in English, otherwise people don't know how much fun we're having.
Here he comes.
どこにいる
Where is he?
どこにいる
Oh,
誰がいやジョージが
wow. This is incredible. Looks like George caught it.
パックマン
So now what we do is George trades his controller for the Game Boy Advance to play Pac-Man in the next round.
よし次ジョージみんなで捕まえましょう
So now we have to chase after George.
よし
Ready? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
GO
Go.
Sandwich.
よしやりましたあんまり遊んでてもあれなんで今
Now,
ね
unfortunately, we can't play this for too long today, because we do have
少な
other
く
things
と
to
も
show you.
任天堂が勝ちましたよね
But it looks like Nintendo did win.
OK ですよね
So can we get approval for this?
よしじゃあ
Yes.
承認もらいますありがとうございます
We entered this E3 with a momentum, and we will build on it in the month ahead. As always, Nintendo will prosper as we move into the true mass market. Nintendo has never been more focused, never more determined, never more willing to take risks, and we will not retreat. Make no mistake, we are staying right in the middle of the home console battle. The successor to Nintendo GameCube is already in development. And this time, we will not give our competitors a head start reaching the market. We are going to do it our way, and we are going to succeed. Thank you all.
Kaplan, Vice President of Marketing for Nintendo. The show's been fantastic for us. Nintendo's had another great year, especially the first part of this year has been stupendous for us as our market share has continued to grow. And the bottom line of what we're focusing on for this year really is about games. It's always about content for us. People spend a lot of time talking about technology, but it's the core games that really matter. And we've got all these games that have connectivity, where you can take your Nintendo GameCube and your Game Boy Advance SP and you can hook them together for kind of a third way to play. It's pretty exciting. Some really unique features that people will like. Nintendo has a really wide range of games. One of the things that I think we're most proud of is we've got something for everybody. So any age and any taste, they'll always find something in the Nintendo library. We've got games from Pac-Man, which is, of course, everybody's old-time favorite, if anyone who's played it. All the way up to Mario Kart, which 4 players can play, and it's really a blast. All the way up to games like Resident Evil 4, which are more scary and kind of for a mature audience. Nintendo's focus has been very much historically on its own character franchise, the Marios and Zeldas and other characters people love all around the world. We'll continue with that, but we're also branching out, making sure with our partner companies, we're really cutting some exclusive deals to bring players games they can't get anywhere else, games they've never seen anywhere else, and games that take other developers' talent and make best use of what Nintendo has to offer. Game Boy continues to defy the laws of any product. It should have been dead long ago, but it's just really proof that people love to play on the run. Portability is really important. A library of over 1,000 games is really an incredible thing to pick from. And the Game Boy Advance SP, having launched this year, has gone stupendously well. Really, as fast as we're able to produce it, people are buying it. And they're having a lot of fun with it. It's a really kind of a hip, slick-looking product for a great price. The Nintendo GameCube library is continuing to grow. In fact, by the end of this year, it's going to be quite vast with over 320 games. So you put that together with our Game Boy Advance titles, that's another 1,000 or 1,200. All together, you've got well over 1,000 games. And you can also use the Game Boy Player to attach to your GameCube and play your Game Boy games on your GameCube on the big screen.
And action. Is that? Hi, I'm David Perry. I'm the president of Shiny Entertainment, and the team at Shiny has been working away for the last 2 years on making the video game called Enter the Matrix. Enter the Matrix is the first game that has really shown how Hollywood and video games can work together. And this was made possible by 2 really key guys, the Wachowski brothers. They were the guys that wrote, directed, and created the universe that is The Matrix. They've just finished 2 new movies, The Reloaded and Revolutions. Reloaded is about to hit the movie theaters. Revolutions is coming soon. And so the thing that's exciting is these guys are gamers. They are hardcore gamers. We didn't have to say, you know, hey, wouldn't it be cool to make a video game of your movie? That came from them. They know what gamers want. And so to that extent, this was the easiest project in the world for us, because they proposed that they would write new script just for this video game, then direct it and get all the actors to work on it, the stunt people to work on it. Now, I thought they meant like a small little sequence that they would do. It turns out they wrote an hour of new movie, it's like making a 3rd movie. I mean, they've got Revolutions Reloaded and the video game, so they made an hour of new footage for that. But on top of that, they added another hour of motion captured story. So we have 2 hours of new Matrix story that you will only know about if you play the video game. And that is their gift to gamers. And so the goal, or you could even call it an experiment, is really, if somebody is sitting in the movie theater watching the Reloaded movie, they're going to enjoy it. If somebody's sitting beside them who's played the video game, they're going to take ownership in what happens in the movie. When something blows up, they were the one that blew it up. When someone's about to die but gets saved, they were the one that made it possible to save them. And so I personally saw the movie last night, and the fact that I know the story in the game and I see how they edited the movie, it works perfectly. And so the strange thing is what's our industry going to do now? Can we really go back to the old way? And the old ways of making movies based on, or games based on movies, is to get the name of the movie and just try and make a game on that, or to license the entire movie and try and just copy it identically. That would be the holy grail in theory, meaning that you're experiencing exactly what the movie was. However, the problem is it's an old story, so the gamer's not getting anything special. He's just getting to experience an old story. That's why this is new, that's why this is exciting. Now the twist was, this game needed to give gamers the Matrix experience. And so we couldn't just relax and say, well, we got this great movie footage, you know, so we don't need to care about the game. The game needed to have everything. We had to have running on the walls, we had to have amazing kung fu, bullets, dodging bullets, we had to have a car chase like they have in the next movie, we had to have all kinds of stuff, including hacking and flying the hovercrafts. And so this very quickly turned into like just a monumentally big project. And it all had to be done by the same day the movie was going to be released. And so we had to bring in people from every country in the world, including Australia, to get this game done on time. And we've managed to do that. It's on all formats. And so in the game, you play as one of two characters, Niobe or Ghost. Niobe is the fastest pilot in the fleet, the fastest driver in the whole rebel base in Zion. And so basically, there's the other character, Ghost. He is, the Wachowski brothers describe him as a Zen Buddhist Apache assassin. He's like the perfect video game character. And so you get to choose one or the other and then play the whole way through the game as one or the other character. You can't switch halfway. They don't play at the same time. You see the whole story as one path and the whole story as a second path. And we have new movie footage and new story that gets revealed when you do that. The reason is again, you're getting to experience what's going on behind the Matrix. Niobe's important. You'll learn all about her in Reloaded. And Ghost is her first mate. So it's like, imagine there's a hovercraft. The one in the first movie was called the Nebuchadnezzar. This one's called the Logos. They are the captain and the first mate. Niobe is Morpheus. Ghost is Trinity. It's the same thing. And you have an operator called Sparks. And so you'll see why this is important. I can't give away any secrets right now, but I think you're going to enjoy it. So anyway, have fun and make sure you see both movies and play the game and watch the animes. And then you will know what the Matrix is.
Hi, I'm Todd Buchel from Nintendo of America, game tester. I'll be here to demonstrate 1080 Avalanche for you. Game actually currently is with 4 different modes. We have a match race, gate attack, time attack, which will be in the final version, trick attack for some half pipe action, and also we have multiplayer up to 4 player. Gonna jump into match race, choose a character. We'll have a couple different boards to be able to choose from. We'll grab one. Into the novice mode. Show you a lot of the different additions we've done from the 1080, which originally was seen on the Nintendo 64. First off, you know, it's graphic change. This game is just, it's filters such graphic intensity, it's beautiful. You're gonna think you're right there on the mountain, or as this course is gonna show, right inside of a city. We're gonna do a little downhill action right through a town built on the side of a mountain here. You'll see all the different graphics for the snow, the powder, and you'll be able to see if I'm hitting ice or if I'm in powder, the way the character will interact. As you can see, there's also a new sense of speed that's in the game. We still have the tricks. New obstacles you have to avoid. As you can see, now we're on the ice. Totally different play control. We'll give you that sense of speed. You'll see how the game just increases in speed when controller starts shaking. I'm gonna go for some awesome air. Little destruction if we have to. Also, there's a balance meter, so that way if you get off balance, you have to pull yourself back in line, otherwise you'll fall off. A little downhill here. Really pulls you in as if you're right there going down. Nintendo Software Technology is actually working on this title. They're based right up here by us. We've had a lot of interaction with them. Been able to go up to the mountains ourselves and actually do a little downhill snowboarding. That way we can get a feel exactly what it's about and translate that right into the game itself. Going to a trick attack. Oh yeah. Show you a little of the half pipe action. It's actually able to go up to Whistler Blackcomb up in Canada. Use that. In fact, they're one of the licensees or licensors that we have. So you'll see their logos all going to be throughout this half pipe. Pull up a couple tricks for you to show you how the stunt mode works in the game. It's very, very simplistic stunt mode. You don't have to really know a lot of button combinations. Very easy for experts to master their moves or for novices to pick up and just have some fun with.
720. The 540. The 180. 360. 360.
Just as the game says, 1080 Avalanche, I'm going to take you in and show you kind of what they've added, because we have avalanches and rock slides that are in the game. Really be able to kind of, they'll alter your course if you're not careful. They'll suck you up and slow you down at the same time, and next thing you know, the computer, or if you're playing multiplayer, they're going to zip right past you. All right, here we go. Now, the way the courses are set up, there's multiple paths that you can go through the courses. We're going to show you a little shortcut here. May not be the wisest shortcut everyone's taken. As you can see, the mountain was a friend and actually popped open a hole for us. There's also an awesome fall. With the environment in this game, which makes it definitely a lot more than the original 1080 had. You can break through glass, you can of the houses, you can break through the decking that we showed a little bit earlier, boxes, trees. Awesome game.
Ready! Go!
Hi, my name is Corey Fong. I'm the U.S. brand manager for Batman Rise of Sin Tzu for Ubisoft San Francisco. I'm going to show you today the game. Rise of Sin Tzu, I think Ubisoft is very fortunate to be able to introduce a brand new character to the Batman universe. His name is Sin Tzu. He was actually created by Flint Dille, the scriptwriter, and comics artist Jim Lee. If you're a fan of Jim Lee, he brings a lot to our game. He created the design and look to Sin Tzu. And so I'll show you just a little bit about the game. The game's coming out on GameCube, Xbox, PS2, and Game Boy Advance. It's basically an action-adventure game where you fight enemies. There are 4 major bosses in the game, and if you're a fan of Batman, I think you're going to really like it. Along with Sin Tzu, there's Bane, Clayface, and Scarecrow. The game can really be played by 2 players. It's a 2-player simultaneous game. I think all Batman fans of all ages will be able to enjoy this game. It's really easy to get into. But beyond the basics of the game, there's actually a really deep combat system. As I'll show you right here, you can juggle characters in the game. It takes a little skill. And as you see in the upper left-hand corner, I'm racking up combo points. And what you do is you use that combo points and you buy new moves at the end of each level. So just a little story about the game. Basically, Bruce Wayne visits the crime alley on the anniversary of his parents' death. He gets a quick call from the Commissioner Gordner saying that there's been simultaneous prison breaks at Arkham Asylum and Stonegate Prison. So Batman doesn't really know what's going on or why this is happening. He just knows he's got to go out and get these guys back to jail. So as you play through the game, cinematics will draw out the storyline, and you basically find out that it's this character, Sin Tzu, that is schemed to take Batman on. Sin Tzu was created as a little play on Sun Tzu, the master of war. Sin Tzu basically views Batman as a worthy opponent to defeat, and he hears about this man-bat in Gotham City and sets out to take him down. So that's the gist of the game. There's going to be 12 levels in the game, all ranging from the chemical plant, crime alley, and the Gotham City docks. A lot of the other cool things you'll be able to do in the game as well. There are super moves in the game, so I just unleashed there.
James Bond.
All right, my name is Tom. I work at Nintendo Product Testing, and I'm going to be showing you the F-Zero GX. Get on in. The demo version for E3 only has 4 courses and 1 multiplayer course. The regular game is going to have about 20 to choose from. My favorite course on the demo is this Port Town, and let's jump on in. See the opening demo. We have a lot of the same racers as before. For the E3 version, there's only 6 selectable cars, but in the regular version, obviously, a whole screen full. As well, you're going to be able to customize your cars and have any, basically almost unlimited options as far as your vehicles are concerned. And you can tweak the car you've chosen. Pretty nice. You can either emphasize max speed or emphasize acceleration. I tend to like it right in the middle for this course. And Samurai Goro was from the original, as well as Captain Falcon. Little difference in the new GameCube version is they're going to have a little bit of history behind all the characters that you're going to be able to select. One thing I like about this course is Rob the Robot from the old original NES days makes a little cameo appearance, lifting gear. All right. Okay, the biggest thing about F-Zero is it is incredibly fast, and that is what the game highlights. You get even faster in the first-person view. Everything's right on top of you. I mean, fighting against 29 other racers, and you can go from first to last in a heartbeat. If you have any sort of wipeout, you have 4 or 5 different camera views, so I can pan out. Up here. One thing, you have huge jumps in this game. Here's one, for example. And there's a lot of combat elements with the other racers, particularly on the higher difficulties. I just actually jumped into novice here, so the other drivers aren't quite as aggressive as they can be. One thing that happens after you complete your first lap, you officially can use your boost power. And you have a meter up in the upper right corner of the screen. That meter is your damage meter, which is very much like the other F-Zeros. A little difference now is when you boost, you drain your energy. So it's kind of you got to kind of decide if you think you're going to take a lot of damage, you have to really conserve your boost for when you need it. Here, and as you can see, I'm jumping from first to last, or first to the lower places almost on a regular basis. Other drivers are very aggressive. All right, next I'm going into Europolis. This one is a very hard level. Pick a new guy. You're constantly turning. It's real easy to fall off the course in this track. So hopefully I won't do that, but we'll see what happens. Also, I'm using the Logitech steering wheel. When I first played the game, I learned it on the regular GameCube controller, and it was kind of a shock to come over to the Logitech steering wheel at first, because it's a very different feel. After a while, though, I tend to like the steering wheel a lot more because it's got very precise control. It reacts to even the slightest turn. In this course, you get a real good sense of the speed of the game in first person. Apparently, when the actual game comes out, it's going to be even faster than this. Here, I have to really navigate here you're flying at 1,000 miles an hour, and then you have sharp 90-degree hairpin curves. Here you have to be really concentrate because it's real easy to go off those red zones and go right off the course just like that. CPU drivers knock you off real easily, but it's very satisfying when you actually complete the race and master this game.
So you want to fight in the games? Do you have what it takes? Different warriors are like animals. Some are fast and deadly, like the snake. Others are slow but strong, like the bear. Know each warrior well.
I want to get out of here and see the world. Take me with you to the tournaments.
Then let's leave this place.
One. It is now time to use what you've learned.
So, you have finally accepted your destiny.
My name's Mr. Sudo. I'm one of the producers for our R&D team #1. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my game, Gacha Force. Basically, Gacha Force is a GameCube game that you can play multiplayer, just have a bunch of fun with. Unfortunately, I don't have any friends with me here today, so we're going to be playing one-player mode today. This actually, the version I'm going to be showing you today is our E3 version. So it's going to have fixed teams right from the start that you choose from. In this game, you're going to be using, they're kind of like toys. They're called gacha boards. And these gacha boards, what you do is you mix them up, you collect them, you put them together in one team, your very own team based on your own style, and you use that team in the game.
これは基本的に2対2の、チームバトルになります。
Basically, you fight 2 on 2.
でガチャボード
Each of the gacha boards have their own unique characteristics and features, so you need to keep those in mind and use those to your advantage as you play the game. Right now, I'm using a character that's really weak, really small. However, she moves very quickly and very agile and nimble, so she's great at dodging. It's a team game, so no matter how well you do, if your partner is doing poorly, then you lose. So you really have to work together as a team. This character, as you can see, has 2 swords, which means he's really good at close-up fighting. And of course, characters that have guns and weapons that fire long range are good at long range fighting. So that's one of the things that makes the game great, is that you're choosing the character that best fits your play style, whether it be up close and personal or long distance fighting, and you're having at it. My name is Mr. Suda. I work actually for a company named Grasshopper. And thankfully, I got a request from Capcom's R&D 4 to make a game. That game is Killer 7. Actually, my company's full name is Grasshopper Manufacture. And we're really a small development house. You're looking at about 20 different people on our staff, which comparatively is not very large for a video game. And we're actually working really hard on Killer 7. We know Capcom's very famous for action games and adventure games, but this game that we're making, this Killer 7, is really kind of different from your typical action adventure game. Grasshopper Manufacturer, the company I work for, we focus a lot on story, on games that are really full of story and have a really deep scenario, so to speak. And up until now, we've made games that probably only the Japanese public would really understand and appreciate. So we decided to, for once, try to make a game that Americans would appreciate and like, as well as Europeans. But of course, it will still have our characteristic of a game that's got a really deep and fascinating story. That's actually a really good question. It's really hard to put this game into a genre because there's really not been anything like it in America or in Europe right now. They're called story adventures in Japan. Now I know that probably gives people the wrong idea that there's in fact no action. But we figure that in the video game industry you're seeing more and more action simplicity. You're not getting much story. So we were going to focus a lot on story. Thankfully, Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil, who is the producer of this game, came up to me and said, we want you to make a game that is really based on story. We want it to be kind of a story adventure, so to speak, and we want you to make it like you've always made games, because I'm kind of known in Japan for my unique stories and the complexity, that which moves the game along. So he came up to me and said, you make it however you want to make it, but let's just try to translate it right, make it appeal to American audiences. Actually, and this may seem hard to follow, but like I said, I like interesting stories. The main character, or actually I should say characters, are multiple personalities. That's where the 7 from Killer 7 comes from. Now, we don't like using the word multiple personality because that sounds like it's one person who has 7 different personalities in their mind. This person has a special ability where they are one person, but they can actually transform, change, even how the way they look when they turn into this other personality. Each one of these personalities has their own ability as well as their own weapons, etc., that they're good with. You have some that are good with just a small handgun, others that use a sniper rifle, and then yet even others that use 2 guns blasting away at the same time. These 7 people, yet one single person, I should say, this Killer 7, they actually battle against an evil person named Kundan. He will be the enemy of the game. And this Kundan has the ability to make people follow him obediently, do almost whatever he wants to the point where they lose their free will. So far to the point that he is compared to a god almost in terms. So you, as the main hero who must stop this Kundan, who is referred to as a god, in a way are a god killer, so to speak. Actually, this game is going to be broken down into chapters, so to speak. There's going to be 6 major chapters in the game. Of course, as you clear one chapter, you'll move on. So it's kind of like a book, so to speak, if you will. Like I said, the story is very important for the game. I can't give away too much information right now, but I will tell you that one of the chapters takes place inside an old Japanese hotel inside the city of Hakone. Hakone is actually a city in Shizuoka Prefecture in Japan. It's sort of like Miami, if you're going to compare it to a location in America. I can't say for sure. That's something only the staff at Capcom USA can decide, but if I could have my way, I'd like to have it out sometime by spring of 2004. But, however, I really am a perfectionist, and I have to get that story down, and I want to make it the best damn game that I can. So maybe the weather will be a little bit warmer out by the time the game makes its official release.
Genes exist to pass down our hopes and dreams for the future through our children. Living is a link to what will come. All life is tethered to the future. Loving each other, teaching each new generation, then the world can change. I finally realized it. The true meaning of life. Thank you, Snake.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces being led by members of Foxhound. You will have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the President of ArmsTech, Kenneth Baker. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
You can't fight your genes. It's fate.
I had heard that the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
Oh, you're wrong. The nuclear threat hasn't disappeared. The threat is more real than ever before.
PAL code number 1 confirmed.
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
PAL code number 2 confirmed.
We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A truly historical weapon.
PAL code number 3 confirmed.
Oh, those boys are totally insane.
PAL code entry complete. Detonation codes activated. Ready for launch.
It's moving. But how do I stop it? Damn!
Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
I've waited a long time for this day. That's good, Snake. Good. Yes, that's it. That's it. I remember. I've been waiting for this pain.
Everyone always wants to use the newest, latest technology.
Forthwick. I work for Atari. We partner with Nintendo and produce some games for Nintendo. I have to say that I bought a GameCube specifically to play Pikmin, the original, and so I'm really excited about Pikmin 2. So in the original game, the main character, Omar, crash lands on a planet very, very similar to Earth. And in this one, he comes back to the same planet where the Pikmin originally helped him reassemble his spaceship, this time to collect treasure. And he's also with a companion. I believe it's his wife. So instead of having to reassemble his spaceship, we're trying to find various treasures that can be resold. We need to get essentially 1,000 points worth of treasures. So we've met these Pikmin before. These little blue guys, they can swim underwater. They're the only ones who are not afraid of water. And what I'm doing right now is just collecting Pikmin pellets. The blue pellets will generate more blue Pikmin. Obviously, any color Pikmin can carry these pellets, take it back to their little onion nest, and out come Pikmin seeds. Pikmin are essentially like half plant, half animal. I don't quite know what they are, but they're named after little carrots. Okay, so basically while I have the blue Pikmin breaking down a wall, I'm gonna go over here and gather my yellow Pikmin. And I just can always call them. They think independently, but they follow my orders quite well. And I'm just gonna have the yellow Pikmin gather the yellow Pikmin pellets so that more Pikmin can be generated. Because with more Pikmin, like each one is kind of weak, but when they work as a team, they can accomplish a lot. So the red Pikmin are actually quite strong and can withstand fire. They actually, from past experience, they have been the most valuable Pikmin. So I want to create a lot more of them. And okay. The yellow Pikmin have just hijacked the red pellet, so I just had to call them off. So while these guys are breaking down this wall, and I'm just going to add more reinforcements, the Pikmin pellets have sprouted seeds, and those seeds, as you can see, are little Pikmin growing in the ground. But I'm going to let them wait a little bit, because as you'll see later on, as the more time the Pikmin spend in the ground, the stronger they get. And you can tell how strong they are based upon the flower, bud, or leaf on the top of their head. A flower is the strongest, a leaf is the weakest and slowest. So this is new to Pikmin 2. Basically, it's kind of like a polluted ground, I guess you could call it. It looks like spider's eggs to me. But the Pikmin are kind of cleaning up this polluted ground, and hopefully lush green life will come back as soon as they are done accomplishing their task. Here you can see what I was talking about. These Pikmin have turned into buds because they've stayed in the ground long enough. So as soon as they're flowers, I'll pick them, and then they can join my little army. And coming back, let me give you a better angle. Here is the flower. So the Pikmin cleaned up the ground, and up comes this flower. Yay!
My name is Mr. Kobayashi. I'm the producer for R&D 4 over at Capcom. I'm the producer of Piano 3. Actually, this is the E3 version, so we can't exactly show you everything. But in the final version, you will have 9 different selectable suits you'll be able to get. You can actually use 3 in this E3 version. The first one is the standard suit right here, Prima Fusion. And actually how the game works is that there'll be a little training mode which you can take out enemies, and the more enemies you kill, the more points you build up. You'll be able to use those points to buy new suits. And actually, the story itself isn't too deep. We're focusing more on the action of the game. What you're looking at is a female mercenary who gets a client who hires her out and sends her on a bunch of different missions. As you can see, another thing that makes this game unique is how the main character moves very fluidly, and it's almost as if she's dancing. And as you watch, while she fires, there's a beam that's shooting out of her hand. The other hand is actually keeping the beat, snapping her finger, tapping her fingers to the rhythm. And even though she's not firing sometimes, even when she's not firing, you'll see that she'll keep the beat. Just tap her foot on the ground, keep it going. Most of the enemies fire a ton of shots at you. So the basic formula of the game is that you have to dodge their shots, i.e. hide behind a wall, do your little side dodge that you have, jump in the air, etc. And then after that, go in and hit them hard. So first you have to be able to dodge before you can attack. And right there, I just threw off my energy drive. By pressing the D-pad, in addition with some buttons, that's how you do the different energy drives. Right in the beginning, you can only use one energy drive, but as you power up your suit, eventually it becomes stronger, and you can use sometimes 2 energy drives per suit, and eventually some suits have 3 different energy drives. It's actually a shooting action game is how I like to think of it. So one of the main things is being able to duck and roll, and roll forward, sideways, and back. Hey, look, a little fan service. I'm showing you her butt. Now back to Vanessa's butt. I'll tell you a reason why we made it so sexy is that you're always looking at the back of Vanessa. She's always with her back to the camera, so of course we had to focus on the important parts. And actually, a lot of games nowadays use motion capture to design their characters. This uses no motion capture. We had the character designer, or the motion designer actually, watch hours and hours and hours of people dancing, famous dancers dancing on television. And so he was able to take that and actually put it into an animated character. It's all from scratch, folks. And you'll see those like orbs of light that she just walked into all throughout the game. That's actually, I don't know if you're going to kind of compare it to a movie, sort of like the Terminator, the very first one, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He appears in that ball just right on the earth. So those things, they warp you around to different levels. Sometimes they symbolize the end of your mission. That was just the end of this trial edition, the E3 version. So that's all I have to show you for today.
Hi, I'm Shinji Mikami. Recent rumors would suggest I have been fired, but I assure you, I am still happily working at Capcom. Most unfortunately, I am unable to attend E3 this year because I am so busy working hard on Resident Evil 4. Development of Resident Evil 4 exclusively for GameCube is proceeding very smoothly, so you should all be looking forward to it.
Beautiful Joe and Killer 7 are coming along smoothly. They are so original, they will blow your mind. And one more thing, Resident Evil 4 will be scary than ever before. Don't pee your pants.
Resident Evil 4.
I'm in.
Hi, my name is Tomo Moriwaki. I work for Treyarch, and I am the creative director on the Spider-Man 2 project. And so let us show you some of the stuff we have going on this game. As you can see, we've just jumped off one of the tallest buildings in New York there. Got a ridiculous speed before he let out a web that attached to a building. As you can see, he has two webs out here right now. We have a revolutionary new swinging system where the web's attached to buildings and Spider-Man behaves according to gravity. And it's really, really exhilarating. You can go anywhere you want in the city. The city goes on for kilometers. And we find that beginning players only take a few minutes to pick up the system, being able to get from place to place. We want as much as possible for this to be accessible to everyone. At the same time, it's a very satisfying experience to master this art of swinging through the city. It's really, really an enjoyable experience for almost anybody. Now, we provide the player with a gigantic city, though, to interact with. And it's important because it helps to immerse the player in the experience of being Spider-Man, in addition to kind of letting this whole swinging system like live and breathe. As you can see, we're really, really high up in the air here. In a way, there are like 4 levels of swinging. Some way up high where you're going from like building to building, like they're islands. And then the lower you get, the more it gets like a maze that you're like screaming through at like 50, 60 miles an hour. It's really amazing some of the angles you can get going and the camera pans to keep it really dynamic and exciting. The experience of swinging is extremely addictive. It's one of the most new, there's never been a game that allows a player to really interact in a 3D environment quite like this. Now, in addition to a lot of the swinging, though, we've really improved locomotion across the board. Spider-Man's capabilities of moving around, we've added features to his running, to his crawling, to his jumping especially. He's sprinting along a wall here, as you can see. Then he transitioned right into a swing, jumped up in the air, zipped and attached to a wall. And from that, he's able to charge and jump across like building to building. It's just amazing. Because we provide the player with so many tools to move around the city, the player can actually develop their own style of being Spider-Man, whichever way makes them feel best, whichever way they like the most. Now, we haven't just improved locomotion, though. We've also done a lot of things to combat for this game. Like in all Spider-Man games, web weapons are a real important tool for the player. And it's no different in this game. As you can see here, an armored car has been robbed, and Spider-Man has to go and help. Now, he has a time limit to get there, so he gets to use his locomotion abilities and tries to get there as quickly as possible. But once there, he can use his web weapons where you can tie up multiple people. You can web rodeo them in circles. You have control of the speed in which you're rotating them. You can knock characters up into the air and fight in the sky. All the tools that you have when you're standing on the ground are also available to you when you're flying in the air. You can grapple people and do a wide variety of combo moves on them afterward. Not only can you grapple people, but once grappled, you can also bring them up into the air, swing around with them, as well as doing a variety of interesting moves. Here's an example of our custom car combat and chase mode. When cars are moving, when there's a car that you have to chase, we go into this mode where you can chase after the car with the goal being to land on the car itself. It's actually easier than it sounds. But once you landed on it, we provide the player with a custom game mode here, where the car is actually going to try to shoot at the player while you try to disable it or subdue it. So you can move from location to location on the car while they try to shoot you off. You can dodge bullets as well as move from location to location to avoid the attacks. Once the car's been subdued, the bad guys inside get out, and then you get to fight them as well. And another thing we try to do is maintain the continuity of combat. We try to bring a lot of the combo system back into itself so you can keep the action going almost indefinitely. And even move from target to target in the air.
Hi, my name is Claremont Matten. I work for Midway. I'm a product analyst, and I'm going to demo Spy Hunter for you today. Basically, Spy Hunter, for those of you who don't know, is an old Midway classic. Basically consists of this vehicle, which morphs into different vehicles, whether it be a boat, a motorcycle. It's kind of a quick action game. Lots of different weapons. In Spy Hunter 2, we've added in a couple more vehicles. There'll be a snowmobile and all-terrain vehicle. Some arena matches against bosses. And we're going back to the old Spy Hunter genre with an endless highway system where basically you just follow the bad guy, try and take him out, try and beat the bosses, recharge your ammo and weapons on the weapons van, like in the original. This vehicle that I have here right now, if I take too much damage, will actually break apart and leave me with an escaped motorcycle.
Ignite your game. 11 on 11.
I'll try and demonstrate this for you.
It's on the running game. Looked up and online. Can't stop. NFL Blitz.
In this version, we'll also have a fully rendered rearview mirror for defensive weapons, like dropping mines behind you, or the oil slick, like in the original. Okay, here we go. And there's the escape motorcycle. And same as always, you get to go into the weapons van and fix yourself up, as you can see here. Back in the car. We also have some cool FMV type sequences. When you get some good air on a jump, you can still operate the car in midair, fire the weapons, gives it kind of that movie feel.
What is thy bidding, my master?
son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi.
Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords, eternally retold. Battle 1, fight! You win!
死にたくねえならここまでだ。
覚悟はいいか？
やめるなら今のうちだぜ。
Battle 1, fight!
無駄だ。
Ring out. You win.
All right, Star Fox, full speed ahead. Star Fox is back. Fast and furious gunfighting action. Chase your opponents down using the R-Wing or Landmaster. Four-player multiplayer mayhem. Who am I? I'm Fox. Fox McCloud. And don't forget it. Beautiful Joe.
はじめまして、カプコン第4開発部プロデューサーの稲葉敦です。
My name is Inaba
今は
Atsushi, working for Capcom R&D4, and I am producer for the Beautiful Joe, the title for Beautiful Joe.
ゲーム始まって最初は何のパワーも持ってないんですよ。
So that when the game started, the player hasn't got any kind of power, any special power at all.
一応ヒーローを目指してる。
And the guy is trying to be a hero, so the first tutorial is to show how to move to avoid the enemy's attack nicely, in a cool looking way. So when the arrow goes up, you press up, then you can avoid the kick of the opponent. Then there is some gap towards the enemy. Then that's the time when you start to make attack. So as shown, so that the V mark icon, then that once you collect a certain amount, then the power gauge goes up.
My young Joe. It looks like you haven't awakened to your true powers as a hero. I'll show you how to be a real hero. Come and get me!
Just go for it!
Captain Blue kick!
Finished!
And if you defeat the Captain Blue, then you become a superhero.
Now the V-Watch is responding to your hero instincts deep down inside. When the V-Watch starts to glow, say the word... Henry!
I don't know whether you understand the word henshin. Henshin means transaction. Transform, sorry.
アメリカで流行る分野の変身。
Well, we have the word henshin becomes popular in the States. By pressing the L button, then the movement will become really slow. Then if you attack it, then it gives it extra damage. Then with one attack, then you can attack many opponents, as shown. And while pressing the L button, then the blue gauge will gain. Then when it becomes 0, then the transformed it becomes the original character. But if you it heals automatically, so when it gets back to the certain level, then it becomes transformed to the hero again. Then if you use a slow motion and attack the enemy, then if you do it the right timing, then it gives extra damage to the opponent. So you can actually make a combo move by using a slow motion. This is a first stage mid-class boss character. And when the player defeats the boss character, then he gets a point. Then the slot machine will once you put the slot machine. If you put the money in the slot machine, then the roll it starts roll. Then you use a slow motion. Otherwise, it's too fast to actually you can see it. And you get 3 V's. Then you get the key, and you finish the first stage.
Hey, wait a minute. Am I inside the movie?
Ready? Action! When the V-Watch starts to glow,
That voice, it really is Captain Blue.
say the word. Henshin!
Henshin a go-go, baby! Just call me Beautiful Joe.
Joe wanders into the world of the movies and gallantly fights evil to rescue Sylvia. The beautiful moves and techniques.
Yo, man. What's up? I'm the one who put that star on Captain Blue's face. And you'll be lucky if you get away with your life, boy.
Oh, man, don't flatter yourself. Mach speed!
The flourish from your heroic instincts.
Zoom in!
Exploit them for good deeds and save this world.
Let's rock, baby!
We need that girl for our destiny plan to escape
Movie Land! What are you yapping about? Escape Movie Land?
Right. Well, since you'll die anyway, I guess I can reveal to you our evil plan.
You ought to watch your big mouth until you know you're gonna win.
You've been making waves in our world, but you should realize you're just a sidekick.
The grueling attacks of the evil forces know no end. Appearing before his battered body, the most imposing of the shadows shows no mercy.
Have you not heard? This movie is already over! Captain Blue defeated, and we are victorious!
What hardships will he face, and does he have the strength to overcome?
Shows you what you know, Bat Brain. In movies, there has to be a plot twist. That means things always go wrong once before you get to the happy ending. Hello?
Come on. Let's get this over with.
Don't forget to catch Joe and company next time in
Beautiful Joe.
Till then, ta-ta!
Fill up my lungs with some butane. Turn the mic into a flame. Damn, that shit's hot. Super heavy, built like a Chevy. And I ain't really mad at the hey. Round two, you ready for a break? You keep on talking, I'ma break you off something like this. Full throttle, better be prepared. Coming with the kick and the snare. Apocalypse now, who's talking shit now? Give me the countdown. 3, 2, 1.
All right, well, hi everybody. My name is Dave Enriquez from Boston, Mass. I play guitar for Digital New Age.
I'm Jerry. I play drums for Digital New Age.
I'm Mike. I am the electronic guy doing the trance stuff for Digital New Age. I'm from Denmark.
Jerry and I had been in separate bands in the past, and we've always enjoyed hardcore music and trance, and we didn't really hear any bands that were doing it, so we could try to decide to mix both sounds, and
probably more from together.
We ended up getting in touch with Michael Villa here, and here we are in Los Angeles.
We were actually researching trance bands. Just, hit the local record store, looking for a specific style of trance that would fit with the metal, with the guitar and drums based, hardcore. And we ran across Saigon album. It was actually a compilation that he was included on. And we really dug it, and we started playing around on our own before actually contacting him on the internet, just laying drums and guitar over his stuff, seeing if it would work, and then it did, and we dug it, and then we contacted him, and it went from there. Started building a relationship on the internet.
Yeah, I was contacted by the band. They needed a guy that could do some nice trance riffs and program some hard pumping rhythms and stuff like that onto the rock music. And I was like, oh, okay, this was pretty new for me, because frankly, I've just been working with myself and some pop projects and stuff like that. But this was rock music, and it was hardcore rock music, and I was like, okay, let me try it. Then I took their pieces to the studio and tried to mess around with these parts, and it actually went out pretty good. So suddenly we ended up having 2 tracks, yeah, and we were rolling from that point, and still doing the shit.
We usually hit the studio and come in with a fresh mindset, crank up the guitar, play a bunch of riffs. And, as soon as I feel like I have something, it's got a nice ring to it, I get behind the computer and record just little samples of guitar riffs and ideas and hooks and loops and stuff like that. And then I present it to the guys, and they like it, and if everybody agrees on it, we work on it. We build off that.
The first thing that happens for me every day is coffee. Instantly. I just can't survive without that. And it goes from that to running a record label at the same time. Start with the label business, and then it's right to the drums, and to take off from where Dave said, I'll check out some new ideas that he's come up with. We pick a certain, a hook line from a guitar riff, if we like it or not, and we just go from there. Literally starts pretty much with Dave. He'll come up with an original idea, we dig it, I start putting drums over it, start building it, toss it to him, comes back to us, goes back to him again, and then we get a track.
I'll check out the files, scan them, just to see if there are really, really, really great takes that I can fly in my system immediately. And there is, every time. So I fly in the parts into my sequencer, and I'm like playing around with different kinds of sounds, trying to find the best mood for this track. And when the ideas are like melded together, I fly in the final parts for the track, and then I'm, like a puzzle jigsaw. I'm putting all the parts together, and then boom, we have a track.
It's tough to say what influences can be heard, because it's such a hybrid, the music. So, like he kind of said, from us, our influences go way back to just early metal days, just Pantera and Metallica, and even really, really heavy bands like Cannibal Corpse and Obituary. And as far as for him, it's I don't know, what are your influences?
It's a totally different story, because I'm influenced by the whole European trance scene, and at the same time also the more commercial dance scene. So I'm like jumping back and forth to these kind of music, and one of my favorite, if we look at the trance, is like a Man With No Name from England. He's not active anymore, but he was like one of my really big figures. And BT, Brian Transworld from actually here from Los Angeles, is like one of the big ones as well for me. So But most of my inspiration I get from normal things in normal days, type, you know, like nature, going out in the woods, like just relaxing. That's where I get my inspiration. That's not sitting in the studio working. I get the inspiration outside, you know, fresh air, good weather, everything like that. I'm on it.
We're just sitting there at the E3 again, trying to make some contacts with a lot of distributors and whatnot, presenting them the music, presenting the label, and you know, just trying to get everybody into to what we got going on. You know, handing out a lot of promos and
just promoting it to
putting the word out.
The marriage between music and games is, I think, becoming very quickly noticed in the world today. It's they actually both need each other as far as the industry goes. If you look at it, one can't really exist without the other. So as they both progress, they both become more important to each other. So we saw this when this project started and decided to hit it full on. One of our main goals is to get involved with the gaming industry because we love games and we play games all the time. When we're not in the studio, we're in front of that TV with a remote, man. Easy as that.
As far as the response, we've got nothing but good response. People like, you know, what they're hearing. I know we really dig what we're putting out.
We bombed E3 with actually about 3,800 copies of a promotional disc, and like you said, we've been getting an unbelievable response out of it. People are really digging it, just right off the bat, liking it. And it's just a 6-song demo, you know, just to show what we've got so far. But we have a full-length release coming out in the fall of this year, 2003, which should be available in all the record stores. Make sure to check it out, definitely. It's worth the money. At least I think so.